Bulawanaka to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today to announce yet again another new value-added product. As you may be aware, Ministry of Agriculture is mandated to grow agriculture in national interest. I always say that we are our pursuit to grow agriculture is not due to sectoral interest, but it's national interest. Any resource that we mobilize to grow agriculture is in national interest. It is there to serve a number of purposes, including it will bring in much needed foreign exchange for the country. No country can operate or function without having foreign currency as foreign reserve, because we need to trade, we need to import goods and services, and no one would want Fiji dollar. So we need to have foreign currency. To have foreign currency, we need to promote trade, trade in services such as tourism, but also trade of goods and products, commodities, primary products, and primary commodities and products as well. We need to promote agriculture because we want people to meaningfully engage with the agriculture sector in different processes of the production. So in any industry, any vertically integrated industry, let's say look at FSC, people are engaged in different levels: production level, farm level, manufacturing level, and also transportation, various levels. So any industry that you promote which grows and expands, then more people are engaged. And that is the sustainable way of promoting growth and development in the countries, because you want the country to create surplus. When surplus is created, then there are people engaged. People are engaged through different ways: the supply factors of production, resource, labor, financial sector, etc. Everyone is interrelated, integrated. So the more surplus is created, more growth and development takes place, more people are engaged, more resources are engaged, and people benefit out of that. When agriculture sector grows, we attract or bring in idle land, fertile land, and bring it into production. No land has any value unless it provides return. So any resource, for that matter, if that resource does not generate positive return, then that resource has no value. Value to any resource is measured in terms of its ability to create positive returns. So if land is idle, it's a natural capital, it's a dead capital. So when agriculture sector grows in, it will attract land and put it into productive use. And when it puts land under productive use, the owners of that particular resource, owners of land, will vary, because any return that is created, part of it goes to the owners. Growing agriculture will assist in people's livelihood. Now, initially, the justification for agriculture's growth and development investment was based on livelihood. But I have shifted that argument. I have shifted it, saying that we argue for agriculture's growth and development and investment in agriculture in terms of economic returns. It's an economic sector. It's not a welfare sector. It's not a social sector. So in that argument, when agriculture sector grows, then people's livelihood will be dealt with. But it's misplaced. Argument will be misplaced if you just argue agriculture support based on livelihood. There's a fine line. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we will be addressing one of the pillars of our strategic plan, issue of food and nutritional security. And some people underscore the importance of nutritional security, and that is an issue in rural maritime area, where balanced nutrition is an issue. Food security to some extent is not an issue, but it is nutritional security. So when you promote agriculture, then we are addressing the issue of food and nutritional security. Now, this cannot be achieved by the existing old model of smallholder farms. Not in day and age. We need to move towards, really promoting large-scale commercial agriculture. And yesterday I was in Naroro, Singatoka, where we announced and commissioned a major large-scale commercial agriculture, establishment of orchards. We're talking about not 100 avocado, we're talking about 5,000 avocado plantation. We're talking about 5,000 lemon plantation, 5,000 lemon plants a plantation, 5,000 lime plants a plantation. We're not talking about farms. We have been preoccupied with farms. Now we need to move towards plantations. We're talking about 100 acres of Dalo in Talebu, that particular company who is investing in there, because they can see future in agriculture. and they can see how we can take advantage of our strategic position in agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say that when you talk about agriculture, we're talking about commodities, primary commodities. But there are issues with it, particularly in the agriculture sector, because agriculture products are perishable in nature, is seasonal in nature as well, and therefore we need to deal with these issues by value adding. When you value add, like this, what you see here, what food processors are doing, you're not only able to secure an alternative market, but you're also able to remove that issue of perishable product, so that farmers can keep that, can sell it, and you can it, process it, and make the product life longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, the other issue that we are really promoting food processors to process and value that we will be dealing with is biosecurity issues. We have problems with exporting fresh produce, and therefore we need to also have a backup, second best solution, and that is through processing or value adding. In these kind of products, we don't have any issue of biosecurity. So exporting canned tomato, canned duruka, canned pineapple, no issue of biosecurity. But when we export fresh produce, there is issue of biosecurity. And I must say that I'm quite disappointed that some countries are using phytosanitary measure as a means of reducing the volume of exports or keeping certain kinds of produce out by protecting their own farmers, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very important day where we see that through food processing and value adding, we will be able to create a different market for farmers. Food processing is, we will provide a number of benefits. It's an effective substitution for imported food products. We can substitute imported products, same products that are being imported. We have now our own product, and that's how we must rally in terms of saying that this is our own Fijian-made product. And let's support our Fijian industry, Fijian farmers, Fijian agriculture sector. We will be able to increase returns to farmers. We will be able to provide slightly secure a market during periods where farmers are having trouble. This is during season, peak season. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a strategic advantage in terms of having an ideal climatic conditions. I had an investor, we came down and we were having a discussion about investment, and he said that, look, I'm a proven investor. This particular crop that they want to grow here, we're growing in America. Then I asked him, look, if you're growing in America, you've got large tracts of land there. What is your interest in growing it in Fiji? We've got a small tract of land here, in relative terms. He said, well, we can only grow one season there. We can't grow year round. That is the advantage we have in Fiji. We can grow crops year around. There's no limitation of growing during winter. We don't have any winter, distinct winter. So we got a strategic advantage. Number two, our water here is basically zero cost. We extract water at zero cost in the agriculture sector. But water has become a binding constraint in Australia, New Zealand, and other developed countries. It's very expensive for crop production. So we need to take advantage of that. And we've got one of the most fertile and arable soil that you would need for agriculture. And of course, our pristine environment itself gives you a brand image. Of course, we need to protect that, but that's an image, that's a branding that gives you a leverage to go into the higher valued market. Of course, we want to promote organic agriculture as well, and that will again take you to a different high valued market. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank food processors for taking this step in terms of adding one more product to their line of products in canning, and we have got a great market for this. We're talking about, at the moment, we are producing 8,500 tons of pineapple annually at a value of about $10.5 million. We are looking at growing this. By end of this year, we're looking at this market to be around 12 million, and in 5 years' time, we want to grow this to about 25 million. So we want to double it in 5 years' time this particular market. And I'm sure pineapple farmers throughout Fiji will be very happy to see this announcement today. This evening, when they listen to the TV or read the newspapers tomorrow, they'll be really very excited. And this kind of, again, cements our argument that we, the current Ministry of Agriculture, is not incentivizing production and supply via subsidies and grants. That is not sustainable. We want to incentivize production and supply via providing market to them. So this announcement today is an announcement for pineapple farmers in this country, saying that we are getting a market to you. You don't worry about where you will sell or how you will sell. We will buy your product. We will either sell it fresh to the hotels or bring it to food processors through Agro Marketing Authority, and they will can it for you. So don't worry about that you are, the market there's a glut in the market and your product won't be able to be sold, or sold will be a very low price. We will give you a guaranteed price. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited today to launch this particular product. I want to thank Chairman and CEO and the Food Technologies, Propali, for the excellent work. Some months back I met them and I put the required pressure on them, and I'm so happy that you are assisting us in securing this particular segment of agriculture primary product, which is pineapple. We've got a large group of farmers at the moment in Ba who are producing around 6,000 tons of pineapple per year. We've got about 3,500 tons of pineapple produced in the northern division, and the remaining in rest of west and central division. So we're looking at doubling this in 5 years' time and making this a $25 million industry by then. So with these words, it's my pleasure to launch this particular product.